Hello, it's March 8th and it's 8:23 and I'm going to go ahead and record this. I might stream it live just for the fun of it, but we're going to show two different news trading bots that I'm testing and see how they handle the non-farm payroll this morning at 8:30, so 6 minutes away. First one is going to be the News Catcher by Valery Trading. It's about $2,400, but if you use the link below, you get a discount, or you can use the link down below, but you can download it for a 15-day free trial, which is what I'm doing. This is running on the free trial and a demo. The other one that I'm running is the Premium Button by Jay Blanked, and it takes much less news trades. I do have some reviews on what it does, so I'm not going to jump into that right now. We have 5 minutes to go, so well, let's go. I'll show you the screens and we'll kind of go over what we're doing. So we've got on the left here on the screen, we've got the News Catcher from Valery Trading. And it has taken a couple trades yesterday, set on low risk mode. And on the right, we actually have in the background here, the Premium Button by Jay Blanked. And the Premium Button is designed to use machine learning to look at whether or not the news event is moving into the same direction as it was predicted. And if it does, it will take a trade with the attempt to make a 5% profit off of the balance. The Valery Trading bot is set at the low risk mode, which is a 2.5% of load. And as we can see on these last two news events that it did yesterday, it opened small lots on a $5,000 demo account, and it made $8 and change on both of those. So one day made about $16. Let's just jump down, and 16 divided by 5,000. So about 0.3% in one day on the news bot on the low risk mode. And actually, let me change. I wonder, I edit the title here. We're going to go to live, edit this title. What do we call this? Live news bots for non-farm payroll. And we're going to say the description is going to be streaming the news bots live for the non-farm payroll on March 8th. And looks like non-farm payroll's out. We're getting some action. Let's see if either of these bots take a trade. All right, so here we go. Doesn't look like either one took a trade. This may be a really boring live stream. I do have two viewers. If you guys have any questions, throw them in YouTube, or I can pull up Telegram. Looks like Euro USD screaming up and no trade yet. I wouldn't expect a trade from Longhorn or from the Premium Button until 4 minutes after the event. So about 3 more minutes. And so far, no trade from the News Catcher opened. Let me just make sure that's the history. Oh, go to trade. I'm sorry, 2 trades open from the we've got a Euro USD that opened and a Pound USD that opened, and both are down $80 so far. So News Catcher's in a negative. Let's see if we can pull one of those up. Just screaming up. It went to a sell, and that's just going through the roof. And let's so Euro USD is the same way. Let me just pull a chart shift in here so we can get away. So let's see, that also took a sell, and it is pulling the other direction. So it looks like we've got to wait for it to pull back the other direction on us. It does look like it took an initial dip, and I can pull up on a different screen the actual results on non-farm payroll. pull up the MQL5 economic calendar and let's see what it says the results were. So non-farm payroll, the previous was 229. The forecast was 275. I'm sorry, the forecast was 220, which I thought was actually, when I looked somewhere else, that was a much different number. And the actual non-farm payroll was 275. So it exceeded its forecast. It was expected to go down and it actually went up. So big movement, not as expected, which would tell me the premium button probably won't take a trade, but we got to wait one more minute to see if that one takes a trade. And then the private non-farm payrolls, previous was 177K, forecast was 222. So it was forecasted to go up and came in about the same as forecast, just above at 223. So interesting, the forecasts were way off on the different payrolls this week. The government payroll was 52K. It was forecast at 29K and came out at 52K. So definitely a different look than what we were seeing. I can pull this screen up while we're waiting. Let's see. All right, looks like it's starting to stabilize a little bit. And we're 5 minutes in after the news. Premium button's designed to make a trade 4 minutes after if it meets its expectation. So it looks like that one won't take a trade. And looks like we're waiting for a big retracement back here on the news catcher by Valery Trading. I'm just going to give it a few more. We're going to end this stream. Not going to last all in the live stream very long. Let me see. I just wanted to kind of video this live and show people how the two different news bots reacted. So the premium button doesn't look like it took a trade. And I will go and check with other users to see if theirs took a trade different than what mine did. And the Valery Trading news catcher did take 2 trades this morning, although I kind of feel like maybe it shouldn't take a Euro USD and a Pound USD trade at the same time because on the same event. But what do I know? And looks like we're waiting for that kind of retrace. And we are back to talk about the news catcher by Valery Trading. I did stream earlier a live of the non-farm payroll news event, and it is in a little bit of drawdown. Let's jump in. We'll do a review. We'll talk about what it is. Okay, this is the news catcher from Valery Trading. This is a relaunch of the news bot, and I am running it right now on a 15-day demo. If you're interested in trying the 15-day free demo from Valery Trading, there is a link down below. In this YouTube channel, check the link. Go in there. You can create an account if you don't have one, and you can download the 15-day trial. And I'm going to run through the settings. I did pick one of her set files on low risk, and I'm letting it run. As we can see right here, we are in 2 trades, Euro USD and Pound USD, both opened. Looks like they opened at 1700. So they actually opened up 30 minutes before the non-farm payroll came out, which is interesting to see. I have been running this since March 5th. On the 6th, it did take 2 trades. It looks like the same type of trade, 1700 MT4 time, which I believe is 8 a.m. here on the East Coast time. And both trades made about $8, which I think is about 0.3% for the account, give or take. Let's jump into the options on the set file. Here is the set file. I am running on a low risk setting. It does not take this fixed lot into account because I'm on the low risk setting. However, in some back testing or in some testing, some of the other people I was talking to found that if you switched it to the grid martingale recovery system, then it seems to switch the lots back to 0.01 as an opener. So max risk per trade is 5. I believe that's 5% of the account. Maximum lot 200, not really a big point there because none of my brokers will let me open up a 200 lot trade. It does have a spread limiter. So if there's slippage or spread, it won't take the trade, which we do see when we look at news events. Sometimes the spreads become very large. Max symbols is 3. I know it's been asked a couple times. This is for this bot. So if you're running it in portfolio mode, that means 3 symbols in this bot. It does have a max floating drawdown and a max drawdown protector built in. Keep in mind that just because you put it at a max drawdown protector, if there's a big gap or movement in the market, it can exceed that. So just keep that in mind. You can filter out days not to trade or times. This is a news bot, so it's designed to trade the news. And it does build in, and I've got this turned off, the market forecast on ChatGPT and Bard AI, which is something that was introduced in the Precept Trader AI bot. And it's got right now 3 symbols, Euro USD, Pound USD, and Euro Pound that it's running on. Obviously, if you're running an account with a suffix, that would go here. This does have a machine learning built into it, which I like, and it filters trades. And what this says is that if it does not believe the trade is 90% chance to be profitable, it will not open the trade. That doesn't mean you won't lose money. It just means that it thinks you'll win. Run down and see if there's anything else that really, you can adjust your take profit settings. I left them all the same. One thing I did see, and let's see if it's in here, that yes, right here, there's a timing. So if your trade after 1,440 minutes, which if you're a gamer that use turn-based games, you know that's a day. If it's in profit after 1 day, but hasn't hit the take profit, it will close the trade for profit. So that's interesting. That's what that says. I don't know if it actually works, but that's what it says. So if the trade is lingering in a profit, but hasn't hit the take profit after a day, it will simply close the trade for profit and move on. It does have the news filter. Of course, this is a news event, so filtering out the news isn't necessarily what it does, but it does have it, and it does have the built-in stock market crash filter. So here's if you're using the enabled grid, which mine is set to false, it does have a way of setting your grid and your multipliers up if you want to have a grid martingale system that's used to recover bad trades. Obviously, you can change the news catcher comment to whatever you want, and you can make separate user ID numbers. On the back testing, I do believe I will have to import Valery's news folder into my back testing in order to try and back test this bot. I have not done that. I am only on day 2 of this test. If this proves profitable in the 15-day trial, I will most likely break down and buy this for the $2,200 that it is, because in the end, I think this could be a good addition to my portfolio mode account, adding it, but we'll have to see how the test goes. So folks, that is the initial intro to the news catcher. I do have it loaded on the Euro Pound chart, but with Valery Trading bots, the chart it's loaded on is less important because it trades all pairs from one chart. Let's just jump in and see how these trades right now. We're at a negative $73. And let's just run the math on that. So we are at a negative $72 on a $5,000 basic account. which is really only a 1.4% drawdown. So completely within reason and acceptable for me on that. Okay, folks, that is my initial review for the Newscatcher EA. It was kind of a surprise that she released it. I'm still waiting for the cryptocurrency EA. And unfortunately, I see myself spending more and more money with Valery Trading because I really do like these bots and I want to see how this one works. So if you're interested, use my link down below, please, to go to Valery Trading. I do get a referral commission if you end up buying it. And that's how I support this channel and doing these videos, because YouTube doesn't pay me anything. And if you do like what you see and you want to see more, do me a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe, leave a comment down below, preferably positive, but I do get some negative comments, but all comments do help the YouTube algorithm. Even if your comment is just to say, hello, thanks for doing what you're doing, that'd be great. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. When we get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, I can then try and monetize this YouTube channel. And I want to show people how much money YouTube actually pays for the advertisements they run on the YouTube channels. So I will be showing my YouTube back office and showing the profits from that. If that's something you're interested in, do me a favor. I do need 325 more subscribers and about 2,000 hours of watch time. So pick my longest video and run it on play and walk away from your computer and let it go, because that's what we need. I'll see you on the next one.